Hello, dear friends. Life in our world is not easy for some people, but it is especially hard for our grandparents. Sometimes to earn their living, they have to work until their elderly age. And how wonderful it is when someone merciful and not indifferent is nearby, thanks to whom the fate of ordinary pensioners becomes much more happy. In the state of Utah in the United States, in the city of Ogden, lived an ordinary retired person. His name was Derlin Newey. But once, the whole country heard about him, and a little later, the whole world. For many years, Derlin worked as a marketing professional, and now he was already 89 years old, but the man continued to work. Of course, he had to leave his usual place of work, but the elderly man was able to get a job as a pizza delivery man. He was paying off the loan for his car, and he was lacking money for payments and to live. Then the elderly man got a job at Papa John's, where he worked almost 30 hours a week. Several years later, he confessed that he constantly prayed to God to help him cope with his duties. There were friendly and not very friendly clients, but Newey was never sad and was a model of positivity. The elderly man's best work moments were when he brought in pizza ordered by parents for their children, how they jumped around the delivery man and happily waited for the coveted boxes of treats. At 89 years old, driving around the city for half a day is undoubtedly very difficult. He was tired of his work, but there was nowhere else to go. So one day gave way to another, but one day a customer talked about the elderly delivery man on TikTok. The Valdez couple were regular customers of Papa John's Pizza. They loved pizza, and the wife most often ordered pineapple pizza. Surprisingly, the order was almost always delivered to them by Derlin Newey. The husband and wife admired the elderly man's friendliness and affability. Every time he was friendly and communicated with them. The couple made a video with this nice elderly man. The video was posted on TikTok. They were sharing their joy of meeting this nice person by chance. The video immediately spread across the internet. People left different comments, but they all agreed on one thing. They felt sorry for the elderly man who had to work even though he was almost 90 years old. Many people began to offer help to the elderly man, and Carlos Valdez suggested starting a fundraiser. First, he made a post for his subscribers, and there were almost 70,000 of them. Then they joined the fundraiser for the elderly person at the Venmo challenge. When people donated more than $12,000, Carlos withdrew cash to give it to the elderly man. Carlos and his wife ordered pizza, making sure in advance that it was Derlin Newey who would bring it. When the delivery man knocked on the door, he was asked to enter the house. The owner asked permission to make a video. The elderly man was a little embarrassed, but he did not object. Then Carlos told him that a lot of people watched the video about the 89-year-old pizza delivery man. It was they who decided to collect money so that he would finally be able to pay off his loan. Valdez solemnly announced the amount collected by the TikTok users, $12,000. His wife gave the man the money and said it was his. There was no limit to the amazement of Derlin. Later, he admitted to reporters that his heart was filled, but he just did not know how to speak. Therefore, he told many sincere thanks to all of the kind people. The viewers who watched this scene could not hold back their tears of joy. People did not stop sending Valdez money for the pizza delivery man. Then Carlos opened a personal account on the Venmo platform for Derlin Newey so that all transfers would immediately go to him directly. People were overjoyed that they could help him together. Derlin Newey no longer delivers pizza. He paid off his loan, and now he invests the money very carefully. The elderly man earns 1% from his bank account. Derlin plans to make a contribution to the fund so that in 5 years, the return on the assets will rise to 10%. And he is going to live for a long time. His father died when he was 103 years old. Derlin's elder sister was also quite healthy. I have a goal to become the longest liver in the Newey family, the former pizza delivery man who became a TikTok star smiles slyly. Friends, please be a little more merciful to elderly people. Our grandparents need very little to be happy, and it is not always about finances. Warmth, care, and a couple of kind words are all that elderly people expect from their children and grandchildren. Our love makes them happy. It is time to say goodbye, friends. Share this video with your loved ones. Bye!